Welcome back to another video, guys. So this is my outlook for gold for the coming week, which will be 1st December of 2025. So we're in a bull run on gold. As you can see, from way back down here, we've been bullish, and we had this retracement where we had this also like a counter trend where price made a lower low, a lower high, a lower low here, and we broke the last lower high that price made, which signifying that price is going to continue bullish to make new highs. So yeah, this price action here broke this last lower high, then came to make a higher low, and now potentially this, you can call this a high, potentially a high, not a higher high, because this high is not higher than this, but on the lower time frame this could be a higher high, but on the daily time frame this is a high. So now on Friday we close at this high, which is also a resistance zone. As you can see, price stopped at this zone here and stopped at this zone here, after as a support here, after as a resistance here, and now we are at this zone here. So potentially at a high, what price normally does is at a high we'll try to retrace. If we're in a bullish markets, once price is at a high, what we'll do is we'll try to retrace to make higher lows or discounted prices where buyers could get better entries to take longs back up. So since we're at this high, potentially one thing that price could do is retrace down for traders to get discounted prices, or potentially we might just continue bullish to even go back to this last high here to make a higher high. So those are the two things potentially that price could do. But since we are this resistance, like we said, there's every possibility of price retracing. Now we go to the lower time frame, the 4-hour time frame. Now on this 4-hour time frame, we have this strong this zone too, this strong zone, this pink zone here, which you see it reacted to it here, acted as a support here, resistance here, and now we are this zone. Now what I'm waiting for price to do, since we said price has to do majorly two things: either continue to go up to make new high, or potentially retrace. Now if we are going to potentially retrace, what I'm waiting for, since I have this pink zone here, which is a strong zone, I'll wait for price to go below it, close the 30-minute candlestick to close below the 30-minute candlestick to close below, and then a retest of this zone, and then a drop down back to the zone. That is if we are not going to continue bullish from here. If we are not going to continue bullish from here, if we are going to make a retracement from here, we'll potentially on the 30-minute time frame, let's go to 30-minute time frame. What I'm waiting for price to do, like I said, is for price to close below a candlestick, 30-minute candlestick close below this zone. Then for it to come back to this pink zone, I have retest this zone, and then I'll have those shots down to this support here, because this support here is potentially another zone where price could continue bullish from, or this could be a potential higher low zone from here, the support zone. That's why I'll close those shots down here. Now this same thing happened previously around the same zone. Yeah, as you can see, when we made this high here, this was a high on the higher time frame. Even on the 4-hour time frame, this was a high. Now this was also a high on 30-minute time frame. What price did was, as you can see, same thing. Price, instead of to continue bullish, like we said, two things at a high, potentially at a high which is also on a strong resistance zone, potentially two things that price is going to do is continue bullish or retrace. Now on this case here, we retrace, which is why we had this push up, then we came back down, broke below this pink zone that we had, broke below the pink zone, then came to retest this zone here, retest this zone and rejected off this zone, and then we had this shot down to this support here. So exactly what happened here is what I'm waiting for. If price is going to retrace, then exactly what happened at this zone here, this whole thing, this drop, retest, rejection, and drop is what I'll be waiting for price to do around here too. So, like we said, we wait for a 30 minutes candlestick, a close 30 minutes candlestick close below, then retest to this zone. Then on the 5 minutes, once we get a rejection of this zone, rejection candle on the 5 minute, we enter the shots back down here. That is if price is going to retrace, because potentially at a high price should retrace to give buyers a discounted price to enter longs. And also, not only that, this high is also forming, like we said, is forming on a strong resistance zone, a resistance zone both on the 4 hour, both on the daily time frame. You can see that this is a strong resistance zone. So this zone, the ash zone, is the daily time frame, and this pink zone is the 4 hour time frame. So both are strong resistance zones, and price is at that zone at a high. So potentially that's what we're waiting for price to do. Now, also you can see that on the 4 hour time frame, this price came pushed up, this high pushed up exactly to this zone here, which is this. If we were to put a horizontal ray on that zone, it should be looking like this, like this. Yeah, this green zone we have, you can see that price push all the way up to this zone, which is now like a retrace, a resistance zone, which is also, if you look, if you want to call it, you can also call it a double top, because this is the first top, now price comes to this second top, and now price is rejecting of that zone. So this is also a double top. So all this is signifying that okay, price potentially might want to retrace back down. So that's my outlook on gold. So we just wait to see if price could break below a close, a 30 minutes close below, a retest, then we enter those shots back down to here potentially. If price is not going to retrace, then potentially on opening of next week, or next week candlesticks to form, we might just have a little bit of retracement down here, and we might continue bullish back up. So if I don't get that signal to sell, which is the close below retest, I won't sell. So yeah, that's basically my outlook on gold. Thank you guys. Please like, subscribe.